What's up, guys? How we doing today? Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Today we're going to talk about a little prepper topic, and it's something that I kind of heard from, can't remember where I heard it from. I heard it from one of the other prepper tubers. I think it was either Bear Independent or NWA Prepper or something like that. But basically it's prep one prep category or whatever per month. Anyway, we're going to talk about that here in a minute. Stay tuned. All right. So basically one prep per month, and that's basically like what I would think is break your preps into like categories. Like say you got food on one, you got water or food and water, and then you've got medical, and you've got ammo, and you've got, just stuff like that, like whatever. And then or kind of go like your season survival, and that could even be part of it, but like food for like, let's just say January. January is food. Okay, so all the money you have put away for preps for the month of January goes to food and or water. You can do water a second month. You can do February as water, and then March, say medical supplies, buy band-aids, buy over-the-counter medicines, buy, whatever, gauze, anything medical for the whole month. Everything that you've budgeted in for preps per month goes to that category. Ammo, okay, this month it's ammo. For April, it's ammo. If you can come up with 12 categories, then cool. But if you can only come up with 6, then you double up. You for the first 6 months, and then the month 7, you start over again. And that's kind of what I've been kind of trying to do a little bit, but it's hard. But you hear people come on and, man, I don't even know where to start. I would start with getting some stuff. But once you kind of get a little bit and kind of get in a routine of what you need, for very, very outside beginners, I'd recommend just get stuff, just whatever you can think of getting. But once you've got a little bit, you kind of get a feel for what you need to prep, like what's important to you. And it's all kind of on your context. It's, don't just do this what I'm doing, but people prep different things. People prep tools. If you got a thing where you've got a category for tools for that whole month, you go shovels, rakes, whatever kind of things, tools, hammers, nails, whatever tools you need. If you think you're going to be building stuff, if you think, if you live in an area that tornadoes or hurricanes and you might have to rebuild some stuff, you might want to get hammers and nails. You might want to prep that. It's all kind of in your context. I'm not really in an area. We get a lot of snow, but we don't get tornadoes very often. We don't get hurricanes at all. We are kind of on a potential earthquake fault line. We've had a small earthquake, but nothing major. Hey y'all, I'm sorry to interrupt, and I appreciate y'all watching. I just wanted to take a quick few seconds to say thank you. Y'all are the lifeblood of the channel, the viewers, the subscribers. But if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already, take a few seconds, hit that subscribe button. Trying to reach some goals. I've got a few other things I'm working on. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Couldn't do it without you. There's also donation links if you feel like donating. There's a super thanks. You don't have to do that. No pressure for that, but it's there if you want. If anything, just hit the subscribe button. Costs you absolutely nothing. Takes you 5 seconds. And then if you don't like me, you can unsubscribe. No harm, no foul. But anyway, like I said, I appreciate you. Y'all are the reason I do this. I don't do this just because I do this for you, and I appreciate you. I couldn't do it without you, and I wouldn't do it without you. So if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't, hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment, the YouTube algorithmic stuff, I don't have to explain it. Just take that few seconds and hit the buttons, do the things, check out the links. I've got socials down below, links to other channels, links to whatever links there are. Just check them out. Help me out, do whatever, help me out with a few pennies if you feel like it. If not, just hit the button. Every subscribe helps, every view helps. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Back to your show. But take like whatever your context is. Get a feel for what you need. Break it up into categories. If you want to do your season survival and just go through that, however many, if you've got 12 that you can do your 12, do one sea of survival every month, and just buy stuff to go with that sea. The first sea is, and maybe do it by most important first. You know, if you're going to do it that way, if you're just getting started, think about what's more important. Calories, okay? Calories, food. That for January is food. It's calories, food. Every penny you have to go towards preps, buy food. Second most important, well, first most important would be container or canteen or whatever, but water, buy, you know, stock up on water for that month and food. And then next would be casualty care, buy medical kit, medical gear, you know, buy medical for that whole month, everything and it's pretty simple concept. I'm not trying to, like, you know, overcomplicate things, but it's just a good concept to think about of is just one prep per month, you know, one prep per category. You know, if you want to do your, like I said, Seas of Survival or whatever, but it's all on your context. Because some things in the Seas of Survival, the way I see it is you can have too much. Like if you're going down your Seas of Survival, hey, what's up? Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to take a little quick second. I'm trying to show you guys in my video some of the gear I use, and I am poor man's preparedness, so I do a lot of like budget kind of gear, as budget as possible. I try to do it as good quality at as good a price as I can as well, kind of budget, because I am, you know, I don't make a lot of money doing this, and I don't make, so I have to kind of keep it on a budget, and I just want to show you things that you can use that are good budget items. And this one, it's budget because it's not super expensive, but this is the Suunto compass, the Suunto MC2. This is probably the best compass, basically one of the best compasses, if not the best compass you can get. It's not super cheap, but it's not super expensive. You can get these things for $70, so it's not like outrageous, but it's probably the best thing you can get. There are cheaper ones, but this is the one I use. I throw this in my ruck, and I'll leave links to this below. I'm not a sponsor of Suunto. I don't sell them. I don't have a web store that sells them, at least not yet. I've got some plans on doing things like this, maybe not sell these, but making a web store so you can purchase some of my stuff down below. But I try to keep it on a budget because I know there's a lot of people out there that, oh, you got to have the best. Don't worry about that cheap junk. Don't buy some cheap junk is cheap junk, and I recommend don't buy it. But some of it is pretty good. And cheaper compasses will work. There's like $30 compasses. There's, you know, that are good, but this one here, I mean, it's $70. And you're getting like top of the line compass. You know, some of them they'll have where you've got this little ring here will be glow in the dark, so you can see it in the dark. But up here you got like that little guy there is glow in the dark. This little guy down here is glow in the dark. A little glow in the dark up top there. So it does have some, so you can kind of use it in the dark. But again, like I said, I'm not a sponsor of these guys. They're not paying me to do this. They're not, you know, nor do I sell them. I do have an Amazon link, an Amazon affiliate, so I'll leave an Amazon link to these below if you feel like getting one. They're, like I said, it's very, very high quality, arguably the best, if not definitely one of the best. Recommend it highly. Throw one of these in your bug out bag, rucksack, bug out bag, whatever, and get training. You know, you learn how to use one of these in a map, keep in your bug out bag just in case. You know, some people might say you don't need a compass, but I say it's better to have it, not need it, than need it, not have it. So, but anyway, keep this short. Suunto MC2, one of the best. Link below. Pick you up one if you want. You're getting your good solid compass at a reasonable price, and you're helping me out with a few pennies, so it's kind of a win-win. Anyway, thanks for that. Back to your show. Combustion? Yeah, lighters. How many lighters do you really need? I mean, if you have like a big old huge box full of lighters because you spent a whole month's prepper budget on lighters, you'd probably have good lighters. You could probably check that one off your list. Same with cordage. I mean, how much cordage do you really need? A couple rolls of, you know, a couple good, you know, a few hundred feet of paracord, you know, a few of those, and a couple good rolls of bank line, and you're probably good on stuff like that. So that's pretty simple, but it's like the more important ones, the consumables, the ones that, you know, you're probably going to use a lot and consume a lot of. Those are the ones you're going to want to really focus on. One per month. Fuel, you can't go wrong having too much fuel. Propane tanks, you know, if buy an extra propane tank and fill it up, you know, if you have 10 or 15 of those, you're probably pretty good. But again, that's something that's like, how much of that are you really going to need? technically. The most important is food, water, medical, and ammo. But there are some others that you might need. And if you have to go just those 4 and break it down into 4-month increments, that's 3 times a year you're buying that prep. I mean, those are the biggest that you want to just have near an unlimited amount. I mean, even at that, ammo, how much ammo do you really think you're going to need for SHTF? I mean, some people may say have it all, have every single one, but I mean, really, are you going to be out shooting in SHTF? Maybe, but really, are you going to be shooting that much in SHTF? You're probably not going to be practicing much because you don't want to go out and practice too much with live ammo shooting your gun because people are going to think stuff. But anyway, like I said, just think of it on your own context, your own what's most important to you, and one item a month for your 12 months. Like I said, if you've just got 4, 6, then you double them up per year. Then per year if you only got those 4 items per year, you're stockpiling for 3 months, and by the end of the year you should have a pretty good supply of everything. Anyway, that's just a little piece of advice. Like I said, I heard about it. I didn't hear an actual I just heard, take 1 prep per month. It's like, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good way to plan it. That way you're not thinking, okay, I bought this last time, now I'll buy this time, I'll buy, write it down, have a schedule. January, this is what my prepper money goes to. February, this is what my prepper money goes to. Then you don't have to think, okay, what do I need? Buy it up, whatever. Buy over-the-counter medicine, Band-Aids, gauze, tape, whatever you think you're going to need. I'm not going into that because everybody needs different things. Like I said, tools. If you live in an area where you could be rebuilding stuff, you might want to make sure you have plenty of wood and nails on hand, some 2x4s and some nails and some screws, and that could be on your list. Just saying, pick your 4 to 12 items or whatever, 4, 6, 12 items, however many, and plan it per month. Anyway, short video for today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. It was just something that came up that I thought that's pretty good topic, that something I've been trying to kind of go about that, trying to do that too. So it's hard. The economy's been rough, so I haven't had a whole lot of extra money to put into prepping, but it is what it is, and whatever little bit I do have, I put to my monthly prep, and it's slowly climbing, but slowly but surely we're growing. Anyway, enough of that rambling. I tend to do that, but anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. Do the YouTube stuff if you feel like it. There's a donation link down below. If you feel like donating a couple bucks, donate. PayPal link down below. If you feel like it, no pressure for that. But if you feel inclined, I'd really appreciate it. No pressure for that. Even subscribe. If you feel like subscribing, please do. If not, hey, that's cool too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love you. We'll see you in the next one.